In a large world with many different YouTube web series that are produced with great voice actors, animation, or well-backed and known studios, there are certainly plenty for people to get their hands on. With continued importance in the YouTube space, and honestly some of them being better than actually funded projects from big companies, one of the most important and one that you probably haven't seen in a while, or maybe not even heard of, is Epithet Erased. An original series created by Brendan Blabber and made 6 years ago, back in 2019. Anyway, Jello was well known for his YouTube channel, and if you grew up watching YouTube, you most likely remember his So This Is Basically series. A very quick slapstick comedy poking fun at different shows, games, and animes. It was uniquely funny to see different drawings and animations that they would do to overstimulate your young mind. And if you remember any of them, Steven Universe, My Hero Academia, and The Legend of Zelda ones were quite popular. Old fans of the content watched the predecessor to the So This Is Basically series and seen the Welcome To series. Started over 14 years ago and was about the same comedy but with different animation, voice actors, and cameos. It was funny stuff. Despite me not having watched all of it those years back, I did get a kick out of the jokes just from watching it to make this video. And finally, much less popular were his comic dubs. I never really watched them, but they were kind of funny. Reminded me of the old, early 2010s days, and even some old webtoons and Newgrounds stuff, and many others that you may or may not know. Miles' Robot, the movie reviews, and a personal favorite of mine, the Let's Make series, and plenty of others. But let's actually get into the video and what I'm talking about here. Before Epithet Erased, there was Anime Campaign, a Dungeons & Dragons-like TTRPG that was created by Blabber over 11 years ago, and is still around. Officially, only 2 of the episodes are out, due to the fact that any more of Anime Campaign will spoil the story for what's upcoming in Epithet Erased. And if you've never heard of Epithet Erased, it's broken up into 2 parts, or arcs rather, the Museum arc and the Western arc, with each episode being about 20 to 25 minutes in length. Also, if you're at all interested in watching the show, I'll leave a link in the description of the video. This video has no major spoilers, but the simple summary is that a girl left behind by her really cool and nice dad, locked in a museum caught between multiple feuds between different factions, whether she wanted to or not. And something I've seen the show compared to a lot is My Hero Academia, which is not at all a bad comparison, as Epithet Erased is filled with people who have epithets. Powers granted at birth given to 1 of 5 people. Sometimes it's really neat, sometimes super overpowered, or just dumb. But the show was really good, and after all the episodes were finished on January 3rd, 2020, a Kickstarter was published for the first book in the Epithet Erased line, Prison of Plastic. Along with the Kickstarter, other things were promised and given over time, such as full versions of songs like Deadline, Great at Cowboy, and Great at Crime, along with new music, art books, plushies, and more. It was a roaring success, and upon December 9th, 2022, it was released to the public. Now, I'm only a bit through the book myself, but if you are unsure about getting it, there's about a 2.5-hour reading of the books with the original voice actors and everything, and the first 6 chapters made by Jello on his YouTube channel, and it's nice for people who are new or returning to audiobooks. And the impact of the show was amazing to countless channels, fan art, theories, animations, alternate universes, and so much more. This show was kinda out of the blue, especially for a jokey channel like Jello, but it is still a fantastic work of art that I was only recently reminded of. And despite not being backed by a large studio, it was made with passion. Every song, episode, joke, and animated moment oozes with this passion of a creator who has no limits to the power of their own creation. Currently, there's not much known of whether or what's going on with Epithet Erased. Jello has not made a main channel video in quite a while, and the books is just gonna come out whenever they're ready. But seriously, this show is the passion and the things that make people create amazing things. And I hope you can watch it whenever you can. Also, thank you for 55 subs. I've been increasing this number ever since I've been writing the script, and it means a lot to me that you all like the stuff that I make. And I hope this inspires you that you can do anything you set your mind to. And I'll see you somewhere.